dragon rages within you.
Just wanted to show that little clip there at the beginning. What's going on, guys? Striker here, and today I'm going to be doing an Overwatch rant, and I don't know if you can really call it a rant, actually. I'm not going to be too angry throughout the whole thing. I'm not going to be angry about the things. Like, I'm angry about it. I don't really like it. But, like, I'm not going to be, you know, sitting here yelling and bitching like a little kid, I guess. So, before I actually start the video, let me just go ahead and say, I love this game. Like, it's definitely, like, in, like, my top 10 games that I've, like, ever played. Mainly because, you know, I got this game 2 weeks ago, and I've been playing it every single day since, and it's just, it's actually really amazing, because with FPS games, especially FPS games like this, where there's so much diversity in the characters, and there's, you know, countering of certain characters and everything, and, you know, this character can take out this character with ease, but then this character takes out that character with ease. It's just, games like this usually don't catch my attention, and I'm usually just not even wanting to play them in the first. Oh, I messed up on that one. I'm usually not even wanting to play these types of games. And if I do, I usually get bored within a day, 2, maybe 3. But this game has actually held my attention really well, and it's just, it's been really fun. So now that I got that out of the way, also let me go ahead and go on the record and say I have no problem whatsoever with how the game is now. Like, I would still play it just as much as I would as if these problems were fixed. So, like, I just wanted to go ahead and go on record and say, like, at the moment, this is what's wrong with the game, and this is what I would like to see changed, although I don't really mind. So, I mean, I just kind of wanted to say that. But, you know, after my constant rambling, let's go ahead and get on into the video. Or into, I guess, the rant, if you want to call it that. So, I'm mainly going to be talking about characters that I feel are honestly overpowered. One of the biggest ones being Mei, who, if you don't already know, Mei is essentially... I made a wrong move. I made a really wrong move. Mei is essentially a character who is, in all honesty, if you really think about it, almost unbeatable. Only because... Oh, wow. Great. Sweet. How heckin' lit. Oh, never mind then. Sit down, sir. Got him. What are you shooting? Oh. So essentially what Mei is she is a character who, she's on the defense, in the defense category. And what she does is, and, you know, her powers, her abilities, and, you know, her weapon is, so her weapon is like this little, I guess, ice gun, and it shoots out a ray of, I guess, cold, and, it freezes you. If it hits you for long enough, it freezes you. And if you right-click, or if you use her, I guess, alternate little, her alternate way of firing, it shoots out a little icicle. The problem with this is the fact that that icicle does a shit ton of damage if it headshots. But she can freeze people with it, therefore making it really easy for her to freeze you in place and then headshot you. What the hell is this Lucio doing, man? Dude, shoot me. Do something. Don't just let me what are you doing, man? I don't know what the hell that was. I have no clue what was happening there. So, she can essentially freeze you, and then once she freezes you... Oh no, I'm dead. Yep, I am so made. Yep, okay. So she freezes you, and then she headshots you, and it does a lot of damage. So much so that it does like 250 damage. It does so much damage that it can basically one-shot almost every character in the game that isn't a tank. With the exception of a few that aren't tanks. So that's really overpowered, but, you would think to yourself, you know, okay, well then I just won't get close to her. Don't back off the edge, please, Anna. Okay. The problem with this is and if you've watched gameplay before, or you've played the game and you fought Anna, then you know, or not Anna, you fought May, then you know. Come on. Please don't actually let this happen. Thank you. So she so you think to yourself, okay, well that doesn't seem too hard. You could probably easily beat her. Just stay at a range. The problem is that if you're at a range, one, she can still kind of, I guess, snipe you with her little icicle thing, and two, if you're doing a lot of damage to her and she notices it in time and you don't do a bunch of damage right off the bat, she can simply put up a little ice wall, and you cannot shoot through that thing until it just breaks on its own. I mean, you can kind of break it down, but I mean that's not really under, I think. I have no clue where they are. Oh, that's not my teammate. That's not my teammate. I have 6 health. Choboy is fucked. Yeah. So she can put up the wall, and then she can then she's basically invincible for a small amount of time. Or not invincible, but like you're not going to be shooting through that unless you go on the other side. And then she also has this other ability. I don't know the exact name of it, but essentially she goes into like this little iceberg almost. And whenever she does, she's invincible. You can't do any damage to her, and she regens health. I think it only lasts for like 4 or 5 seconds, but she regens health. She's invincible, and I don't know what it is, and I think it's just me, but I can never hit her when she comes out of it. Like, I'll be sitting like right in front of it, and I'll wait for her to come out of it, and she'll come out of it and I'll start shooting. Somehow every single time I miss, and I wouldn't say it's because I'm bad, because I think I'm a generally well-rounded player at this game. I think it's because she's able to jump so well. Ooh, yeah, let's go ahead and take that health back and then get on the way. She can just kind of she can get into it, and then she regens health, and then I guess whenever she comes out of it, she can just like jump really fast, and, like, jump around and move around a lot. I guess that's just why I can't hit her. So those two things are really overpowered, in my opinion, at least. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be able to put up the wall and it lasts for that long. I feel like you should be able to put up the wall and last for maybe 2 seconds. Actually, no. And honestly, the wall doesn't piss me off too much. It's more or less the iceberg. And actually, if you look right there, you saw how Roadhog kind of chained Anna and then shot at her. That's another problem with May. And it's not, just with Roadhog, but this is like a problem that does consist with Roadhog that I see the most. So whenever he hooks someone, he brings them in close, and he can headshot them, and then he does a shit ton of damage. And May, you would think, she's not invincible to that. She's not impervious. She should definitely be able to get killed by that. Well, you would be wrong, considering she has 250 health instead of 200, like pretty much every other character in the game. So he headshots her, and before he can get a second shot off, she goes into her iceberg, regens the health, and then she freezes Roadhog and kills him. In my mind, and I think anyone's mind who, understands how games work, a character on defense should not be able to 3-shot a tank. And that is exactly what May can do. And then her ultimate, or her ult, as I'll probably be calling through the rest of the video, essentially she throws like this little drone thing, and whenever she throws it, it activates a little radius, and that radius is like if you're inside of it, you get frozen basically. Oh, I made a wrong mistake. Really wrong mistake. Wrong as in like I need a healer mistake. Please, Lucio. Oh, she is so close. She's so low. She's out. Oh, that's just.
All that a fair fight.
Yeah. No! Damn it. Her ult, basically, she throws this little drone, and it activates a radius, and if you're in that radius, you get frozen. It's essentially just like her normal freeze and then shoot thing, except it's bigger, and it lasts longer, and it's really hard to get out of the little circle thing unless you're, like, right on the edge of it, essentially because the second it activates, your guy starts to slow down. So you have a chance of running out, but you slow down. So, you know, it's kind of hard to get out of it, but if you can, then you can kind of take her out because she'll be focused on your teammates. So, you know, that's Mei. I feel like she is really broken. I feel like the way they could fix her is, one, just make her freeze time way, way longer than it already is. Like, it needs to be not rendered useless, because I don't think any character should be rendered useless. I've said it multiple times, but, you know, I don't mean it. I don't think any character should be rendered useless. I feel like every character should be able to be used in some way. Oh, great. Oh. No. What the hell? I don't know how none of that hit it. Damn it. What the hell? I went full squeaker there. Sorry guys, let me get this and then I'll keep on and get you. Great. Sit down. So, fuck, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, how to fix her. Slow down her freezing speed, and make her spike do less damage. And also don't make her iceberg regen as much. Because pretty much everything about this character is broken. And the problem is, whenever a player hits what I like to call the fuck it point, where he just doesn't give a shit anymore, and he just wants to be a complete and total dickhead to everyone, he goes Mei and just completely fucks up the game. And I don't think that's very fun. I think it's just overall a bad time for everyone who's involved. So I feel like... Oh. No! No! Fuck! That was stupid of me. So yeah, pretty much every bit of her needs to be nerfed so that it's actually fun for everyone else to play. Next up we have Junkrat, and you may be thinking to yourself, what the hell, Junkrat seems, you know, relatively balanced. Well, sorry. So, the only problem I have with Junkrat, and this is purely from my standpoint of me fighting Junkrats a lot, I don't know why, but it seems like every single team I've ever fought has a Junkrat for whatever fucking reason. Okay, we got an Orisa. We got an Orisa and a Pinata. Sit down. Oh shit! That was, not gonna lie, that was pretty clean. So Junkrat, only problem I've ever had with him is his damage with his frag, or like the little balls he shoots out. And I feel like the damage they put out is kind of okay. I feel like it could be toned down just a tiny bit, but that doesn't matter. What does matter to me is the direct impact shit. That's what gets on my nerves, and that's what pisses me off. It's the worst thing ever to me. Only because, one, it's not realistic, and that's not like really a big thing for me. It just kind of pisses me off that it's not realistic, and that he could shoot a thing across the map and it wouldn't explode when it hits the ground, yet he could shoot it at me from 3 feet away and it direct impacts me. That's the only thing that really makes me angry about, or not the only thing, but that's just like the whole realistic factor. The second thing is, I feel like it's really overpowered, which is a word I'm probably going to be saying a lot. It's really overpowered in that, you know, it can direct impact, and like with one, or with two, or maybe one if you, oh my god, great. With two, or maybe one if you're, fight these guys. Maybe we can do something.
Damn it.
Yep. Sweet. How fucking great you play Ferret. It's your cancer. I feel like it just shouldn't direct impact. And if it is going to direct impact, it needs to be toned down a shit ton because he can two-shot pretty much everyone. That's just not very cool, in my opinion. Next up, we have D.Va. And D.Va's actually really, really balanced in the way she shoots, her defense matrix, her little boost thing. Completely fine. Only problem I have, and this is a big, big problem for me, is the fact that she's able to get health outside of her mech. I don't think that should be a thing. Or health inside of her mech. Whichever one, go down in the comment section, tell me which one you think is good. I don't really care. I just don't want her to be able to get health. And it's only because I don't think it's very fair for me to have to put a shit ton of damage into her just for her to go heal. But then me have to put a shit ton more damage into her and get her out of her mech just for me to have to fight her again, and it be hard, or just as hard as fighting her in the mech because she's so small and so mobile, and she has that machine pistol that does a lot of damage. So it's like, I don't really get it. I wouldn't say she's the most overpowered in the game by far. I would say that she's the most, utilized in the right way, I would say she's one of the most powerful. Because if you're really good out of the mech, you can decimate pretty much anyone. I was playing a couple games ago when a Tracer was fighting a D.Va out of mech, and you'd think, okay, that's a pretty fair matchup, except for the fact that in a logical standpoint, you would think the Tracer would win because she has blink, she has recall, her guns shoot faster, and she does what you would think is more damage. Hell no. That D.Va just jumped circles around that Tracer and put her down like it was nothing. So that's the, oh, how wonderful. So that's like the only thing with D.Va. That's all. It doesn't really matter too much. It's just something I feel like should, or no, it does matter. It's something I feel like should be implemented, mainly because of not how broken, but how unfair it is, I guess you could say. Next up we have Pharah, and Pharah, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of broken on Pharah, or not broken, but split on her. On one hand, I think to myself, she's a good character, and that her rockets kind of do fair damage. Her abilities aren't too overpowered. They really aren't overpowered at all. And her flying is okay. But on the other hand, I'm like, her rockets do shit tons of damage. She can fly up in the air, and it's hard as hell to hit her. And her abilities are just shit. I don't see why anyone would play her, other than, you know, she's really easy to get kills with. That just happened. So I guess what I would like to see done with Pharah is, first I would like to see them make it to where Pharah can't stay in the air as long, simply because she's so hard to hit in the air. And I don't think it's very fair for her to be able to stay up in the air like the whole game. And she can, if her fuel is utilized correctly, she'll probably only touch the ground 6 or 7 times in the whole game. Like, if it's utilized, like, perfectly. Ooh, that was nice.
Enemy eliminated.
Yeah, fucking course. I hate fighting Tracers. I hate fighting them so much. Who do they have? Oh, just Tracer. Oh, dumbass. Wait, what? I kind of forgot I was fighting a Tracer. Dumbass. I was talking about Pharah. Her flight, I feel like it needs to be toned down. Like I said, I feel like it needs to be a little bit more balanced. Not be able to stay up in the air as long, and also make it to where her rockets don't do as much damage, because it's kind of annoying. Not kind of. It's really annoying whenever you're trying to play a game, and you know you're trying to sit on the payload, and you can't because Pharah keeps ass raping your whole team. Oh. Oh, what? No. No. No.
Enemy eliminated.
Try telling him no. I don't really think it's fair that Pharah can do that. So, you know, tone down the jetpack, make the rockets a little, kind of nerf them, and then, last but not least, her ult. I feel like her ult is fine. I feel like it does good and everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right here. So I feel like her ult, the only problem with it is the fact that it can be utilized in a way to where you get a lot of kills with it and get play of the game like really easily. I have a friend who's actually a Pharah main, and let me get out in the open by saying I don't think you're a bitch if you play Pharah or if you main Pharah, because I think she can be a really fun character to play. You're stupid. My only pet peeve with her is, you know, all her damage and everything. Her ult, I feel like it's easy to take out, but it's also hard to... What the hell? There's two of them. What the hell? I could have sworn our team took him out. Guess I could have swore wrong. No. Sorry, no. Fuck. It's a Genji. I should be able to take him. He's level 60, so he knows what he's doing. Dumbass.
30 seconds remaining.
Alright, this is where it comes down to it. We got this, we got this, we got this. Oh, yeah, he barely has any health. Yeah. No chance. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Pharah. You know, kind of tone down the damage on the rockets. Don't let her stay up in the air so high. And then her ult, I actually didn't give her a way to fix her ult. I would say probably just, I don't know, don't have it do as much damage, because it does a lot of damage on its own. And, you know, like I was saying, my friend, he mains Pharah, and he's dropping 40, 50 kills a game just in quick play on its own. And, you know, that's a pretty fair bit in this game, I would think. And a lot of it just stems from his ult, and it's amazing. It's just like, are you kidding me? It's hard for me to even get, you know, 30 on a good game with Soldier, and you would think that the roles would be switched considering how much leading and precision you have to have with Pharah when it comes to like shooting at rockets. But other than that, that's done with Pharah, and last but not least, Symmetra. So with Symmetra, everything is wrong with her, aside from her shields and her ult. I feel like her ult is pretty balanced, so not everything. Symmetra, she is a pretty decent character. I feel like the concept is good. It's what I should say. The concept is really good. She's a really well thought character. It's just the way she was executed isn't too great in my mind, because okay, so she is kind of like, I guess, this somewhat like technological kind of thing. She has like she has turrets, and then she has this gun, and basically the gun, it's kind of like if you've ever seen Mercy. You know how like her little healing stream is just kind of like it bends around and everything. Pharah's, or not Pharah's, my bad, Symmetra, ooh, I will be going right back inside. Oh great, we don't have a healer? Huh, splendiferous. Okay, let me go ahead and do this real fast. Jesus, a Pharah, amazing. So with Symmetra, she has this laser, and it's like her gun. Just gonna, yeah, okay. And what it does is it like whenever you shoot it at someone, it does not let go of them unless you completely turn around. And of course, we're talking about like as if you're playing Symmetra. If you completely turn around, that's the only time the laser like actually gets off of the person. It takes no skill whatsoever to actually shoot the laser. You just kind of follow them around, just like, haha, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. You can't do anything about it, unless maybe you're Tracer. But you know, her pistol's really overpowered, does a shit ton of DPS or damage, and you know, it takes no skill. You don't actually have to aim with it. You just kind of point it at him, just like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Then one of her abilities is actually you place down these little turrets, and the turrets are basically the exact same as her pistol. The only difference is, you know, the turrets can't, you know, move around. The turrets can actually move around the map. Essentially, she just kind of puts the turrets on a wall or on the ground, on the wall, on the ceiling. Doesn't really matter. And if there's like 2 or more of those things, you're fucked unless you can get away from them really fast. Oh, come on, come on. Yeah, nice. Unless you can basically get away from it really fast, you're fucked. I think they do the same damage as Symmetra's pistol do, maybe a tad bit more, although I don't really know. They're really, really powerful. Her ult is not powerful in any way. Like, it's powerful, but like not overpowered. I think she has 2. She can put down a teleporter, which teleports you to some point in the map of her choosing, and then you can. Oh, that was stupid of me. And then she has the shield generator, which does just what it sounds like. It generates the shields. Oh, that's not good. Score. Someone? Yep. XD, got him. Alright, let's get this done fast. See if I can. Oh my god, fuck off. He's a-coming. Yeah, that was smart of you, wasn't it? Never want to hook first, it's Roadhog. Oh, and you never want to hook whenever you don't have ammo. Super smart on my part, in case you can't tell. Oh, I'm dead, I'm so dead. Heal. No, 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 no. Please, no. Please, God, no. Thank God. Oh, that would have been really fucking angry, or really bad if I would have lost that. So yeah, Symmetra's damage is, you know, crazy off the charts. Her turrets need to be fixed, and her damage needs to be fixed. I think the way to fix that, you know, altogether as a whole, make her gun, first of all, make it more of a direct laser, kind of like Zarya, only not as powerful, obvious. And then tone down the damage so that, you know, 1, you have to aim with it, and 2, you actually have to, you motherfucker. I'm dead. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm scared, though. I don't know. I have no clue where they are.
Enemy
Barrier activated.
Ever get that feeling of deja vu?
Come on.
enemy eliminated.
Fucker. Sit down.
Enemy eliminated.
We won. Other than that, though, like I was saying, nerf her damage. Damn.
Play of the game.
Oh, sorry. So nerf her damage, make it to where you actually have to aim with her, her little laser thing, in some way make it to where you have to make it to where it's a direct laser, or make it to where that you're not actually like pointing straight at them with the laser, or like in their hitbox, then then it doesn't affect them. And then with her turrets, just tone down the damage by a lot. Because, I mean, they're turrets, and not even Torbjorn's turrets can kill that fast, unless they're fully upgraded. But like Torbjorn's level 1 and 2 turrets, I don't even think they can kill as fast as Symmetra's. And Symmetra isn't even a defense hero. She's a support hero. So, I mean, I don't know what the hell Blizzard was thinking on that one. It was a bad call, though, giving her that much power. And if you're wondering why Roadhog or Reaper and all of them aren't on this list, it's mainly because they're actually getting nerfed tomorrow. Or by the time... It would have already happened if you've seen this, or if you're... By the time you've seen this, it'll already happen. Jesus, I need to learn to talk. Yeah. Other than that, though, I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video down. Or not edit it down, but I'm gonna go ahead and render this video. It's gonna take forever because I'm a bitch. That makes sense. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and talk to you all later.